You're watching the 2024 SCAC Baseball Media Days. Today we're taking a look at the Schreiner baseball program. The Mountaineers will be led once again as they head into the season under the guidance of head coach Ryan Brisbin, along with leadership from senior Gerardo Cardoza and Coach Yayo. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Coach, we'll get started with you. I'm interested, I ask often for student athletes as they reset at the end of each season, going through the tolls of a year and the ups and downs and the emotion and energy that's put into it. But I think often we forget that the coaches are right there step by step with these groups. And I'm interested for you how that process works as you go through a season, try to accomplishing those goals, get to the end, and then you kind of have that reset process. And for you, what does that look like? And ultimately, how excited are you to finally be back here at the start of a new year and get ready to go with the guys?
Well, always excited to get back in the swing of things and kind of get the routine of a season. So, as far as the reset's concerned, I mean, it starts right away because, we're dealing with recruiting. We're dealing with all the stuff that comes with getting prepared for the next year. We kind of look back, take a look back and with the goods and the bads that happened the year prior. Of course, last year we had a lot of great stuff happen. Yayo did a great job as far as, with some records and this and that. And, we had some seniors that had been with us, or grad students, if you will, that had really done a great job for us. And so, it's kind of bittersweet, but you gotta, start the next day looking forward to the next season. And so, it comes with a lot of excitement. Again, it's tough losing some of those guys, especially those guys that meant so much to the program. But then the excitement, especially this past year, knowing that we were going to bring so much experience back. Obviously, we get Yayo back and Isaiah Hernandez and Danny Garza, three of our grad students that have done so much for us the last 4 years in our program. And just, so there's a lot of excitement. So despite there being that summer break, you're just like, man, I can't wait to get these guys back on campus. And now with some of the new NCAA rules where we're able to kind of spread out the fall a little bit, it was great just being able to get a workout in almost weekly and just see the progress that they made over the summer and the progress that we made, and obviously getting the new guys in and seeing how all those pieces are going to fit. So really excited. And that for me is always one of those things I look forward to, getting ready to go, but it's here now. And so we'll start tomorrow. And so we're all excited about it. And like I said, it's just nice to get into the groove of a season again.
Yeah, you hear the excitement, obviously, in Coach's voice. And for you coming into this, your senior season, what is your expectation mindset coming into the year? How excited to be back with this group? This is a team that each year as you've been there has improved in terms of wins in the previous 3 seasons. And this group is coming off its most wins since the team joined the conference back in 2014. So much to be, excited about and look forward to. For you, what's your mindset coming into the year and how excited to be back with the group?
Oh, I'm excited, ready to get back with my team, especially with experience. I believe this is probably the most experienced team we have, with about like 6-7 seniors on the team and mainly only losing just 2 players. And now with all the incoming freshmen that we brought in and returning sophomores and juniors with their experience, I believe we're going to have a great year this year.
Coach, you talk about that experience. Yayo talks about it as well. You look at this lineup, and we can start there. You returned 6 of 8 guys last season that produced 25 or more hits. Obviously, Yayo, the guy sitting next to you, being the one that paced not only your team, but the SCAC as well. A couple of other all-SCAC performers returned: Aiden Warren, Joseph DiCarlo. You mentioned Isaiah Henderson. These are guys with real experience that made real impacts with this group that are going to be back this season. Talk a little bit about this lineup, kind of what you expect for them and how they can take that next step, and just generally the approach you want your guys to have when they step in the box.
Well, I think the biggest thing is with the experience that we have. I mean, obviously there's a lot of excitement, and you can feel that a little bit, right? So, I was filling out one of those questionnaires about the team here a couple of months ago, and I was just like, man, and really it's yes, we bring back 6 guys with significant playing time, but we also have a handful of other guys that have experience and that they're going to be able to step in right away for us. So we're excited about that. Our approach is just, we want to get on base, and we want to obviously do everything we can to score runs. And, we got a good mix. We got guys that can do the small ball stuff well. And we got guys that can get on base well, like Yayo. And then we got guys with some power like Hernandez and DeCarlo. And so, man, it's a pretty exciting lineup. And so it's a long season. And I think we've done a good job of not only getting mentally prepared, but physically prepared. And I think that's been one of the things that sometimes has haunted us in the past. Once we get to the later part of the season, you can kind of see it play a role. But I think the guys have done a good job and they've been really focused. It's, there's a lot of excitement with this group, a lot of good personalities, and just a really solid group that comes together. So it's pretty exciting.
Yayo, you're coming off really just such a phenomenal season last year, a banner year, first team all SCAC, became just the fourth player in SCAC history to lead the league outright in both hits and batting average, going back to 1992. What does a season like that do for you in terms of your individual confidence? And, how have you continued to grow off of the heels of the success from last year and continue to work at your game that gives you even more confidence as you head into your senior year?
Give me a lot of confidence as well as I did. It may have surprised many people, but didn't really surprise me to do as well as I did, because I'm always confident in myself and I know I can continue to grow. And over the off season, I really worked on my craft more, getting bigger and stronger, really learning how to hit the ball a bit harder, get more extra base hits to really help the team to score more runs.
Coach, as we turn to this pitching staff, it really starts with Fido Mendez and Luke Rogers, a pair of juniors that are returning this team. That duo will lead this group after last year combining for over 50 strikeouts, 7 wins, and over 85 innings of work. Talk a little about this staff, how it's starting to shape up, what you expect to see from a couple of these returning guys that will certainly be leaders within that bullpen as the season gets started.
Well, you mentioned Luke Rogers and Fido Mendez. Both have had solid preseasons, and so we're excited to see. And hopefully they'll continue to have the success that they've had on the mound. We've been blessed. We've had some freshmen come in that we think are really going to help us. We've had some depth in the bullpen the last couple of years, and so I continue to see that. And then, one of the things that we got to get past is sometimes we have some injuries when it comes to the guys on the bump. And so I feel like the guys worked really hard down there in the bullpen as far as getting their work in, and again, physically getting stronger so we can make it through the season. Again, we have a couple guys that have been starters for us in the past, Conway Baird and Justin Gallegos are some guys that might be able to step in the starting role. So really with the pitching early on, it's going to be just kind of see how everything kind of molds out. But we were expecting Fido to get some innings for us. And obviously Rogers does a great job coming in and getting those innings in the middle of the game. So.
Yeah, I'm interested, as you start to procrastinate and looking ahead to this season, and you put together the fact that we've, put now 3 seasons in a row of increased wins, and you start to talk about this experience that's returning in the lineup and within this pitching staff, and all of a sudden it comes together, and the excitement I can feel is real there on campus. When you've had conversations with some of your other teammates and some of the other leaders within this group about some of the goals and the expectations, going into the season with everything that's going on, what have those conversations looked like? And ultimately, what is going to be key for this group to try and accomplish those things heading into the year?
Most of our conversation with Isaiah and Daniel, mainly the older guys, and DeCarlo, was mainly just staying focused all 40 games, because it's a long season. And usually when we get to around 20-25, people start to wear down, get a little tired, and the screws get a little loose. But mainly our main conversations are that and staying healthy. I believe we stay healthy all 40 games, we're going to be in the right shape.
And finally, Coach, wrapping things up with you, certainly success can be measured in so many different variables within our sports arena, obviously wins and losses, but quantified it in so many different ways as well. When you talk about success with your program and your men, what is that message that you try and deliver? And ultimately, this 2024 season will look successful if what plays out for this group?
Well, I think, overall, just being a college baseball coach and at the end of the day, I want my guys reaching their goals, whatever that may be, whether it's in the sports arena or whatnot. But the biggest thing, at the end of the day, my job is to help these young men succeed in whatever arena that they plan on being in and getting them those opportunities. So that's success to me. That's really important. As far as our season's concerned, though, it's going out and playing one game at a time. There's nothing we can do about the Sunday game, right? We can focus on that Friday night game and just taking it one day at a time, staying healthy. We need to stay healthy. I think offensively, I think we're going to be okay. And, pitching wise, we have the arms. It's just getting the consistency there. But I think we can be a pretty dangerous team, and I'm excited to kind of see what comes of that. And but the focus needs to be on game by game and getting our routines and sticking with our processes. And again, we got a pretty talented group here, and I'm pretty excited to see what they can do.
Schreiner University head baseball coach Ryan Brisbin, along with senior leader Gerardo Cardoza. The Mountaineers will open up the 2024 campaign when they take on Howard Payne on February 9th. Coach Gerardo, thanks so much for joining us today, and best of luck as you head into the year.
Thank you.
Sir, thank you.